deck. This is a deck that I'm jokingly called Rigged from the Start, because the whole point is that we're playing Fight Rigging. And with Fight Rigging, it has an ability called Hideaway 5. So we look at the top 5 cards of our library, we choose one of them, exile it face down. So that way the opponent doesn't know what it is. Then at the beginning of each combat, we get to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature we control. If the creature has power 7 or greater after the resolution of the +1/+1 counter, we get to play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. So to take advantage of this, we're actually combining it with things like Shakedown Heavy, which is another 3-drop, as a 6/4. Shakedown Heavy has the downside that if it attacks, the opponent may choose to untap it and remove it from combat, but we get to draw a card. But with it being a 6/4 base body for 3 mana, it means that it's a solid defender. And if we try to attack with it and the opponent's not willing to give us the untapped draw, it means that we're going to get in for lots of damage. The other cards that we are using with the Fight Rigging are a bunch of other cards that have 6 power. So we're using the Reservoir Kraken, Battle Mammoth, and Kyrie, the Swirling Sky. All of these are also great targets for us to be able to play for free off of Fight Rigging as well, because suddenly just getting this 6/6 body on the board is huge. And this was also a solid deck idea, I think, for Reservoir Kraken as well, because a lot of times, if you get this out super early, opponents are going to want to keep tapping their creatures just to keep the Kraken tapped down. And in doing so, you get these unblockable fish tokens. Fight Rigging allows you to build up those unblockable fish tokens to actually be bigger threats and be able to go in for some serious damage. Battle Mammoth is in the deck because we always have the opportunity to potentially foretell this for 2, like on turn 2, and still play as a 4-drop, so we can go Fight Rigging into Battle Mammoth. But Battle Mammoth is great because it is a big body for 5 mana. That is a 6/5 trampler that whenever a permanent you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. So even if they go to remove Battle Mammoth or some other thing off our board with target removal, we'll get card draw. Kyrie, the Swirling Sky, is literally here because it's a flying Ward 3 body, so it's hard to remove. The death trigger on it, we usually use this to bounce opponents' cards back to their hand. We don't actually use this for the mill because there's only one instant or sorcery in our deck, which is Bloodchief Thirst. And I guess technically Sea Restoration, but nothing that we're looking to try to recur with the death trigger, so that's why it's always the bounce. Other cards that we're also making use of is Colossal Sky Turtle. Now this is partly in the deck because it's got the 6 power, but more because it's a huge flying body that could be played and used to just close out games. But if we also get this out through Fight Rigging, it will close a game down really quickly. The other reason why we have Sky Turtle in the deck is because of the channel abilities, being able to return any card from our graveyard back to our hand, or returning any target creature back to their hand, means that we can buy time with this card, or we can actually recur things that might have been destroyed. The Tarrasque here is our big bad in the deck that we are trying to just trick into play thanks to Fight Rigging. The only drawback to this card is if we draw it. If we have not successfully ramped ourselves, thanks to using things like Binding of the Old God or the Taxidermist, this is going to get stuck on our hand and it's going to be kind of feel bad, but if we hit this off a Fight Rigging, it actually counts as a cast, so we do get the Ward 10 as if we cast this normally. The other thing that's great about it is whenever this attacks, it fights target creature defending player controls, so this is before blocks happen, so you can remove a potential blocker and suddenly get in for tons of damage. Now, the only downside of this card is it doesn't have haste unless we cast it, unless we do a cast. But the thing is, it's thanks to, like I said, Fight Rigging or just casting it normally, it will be treated as being casted, so we'll be able to actually get that haste with that Ward 10. And sudden 10 damage on board is a big deal, especially considering if we trick it out with Fight Rigging, it means that we usually have one of these big trample bodies on the board that swings with it. We'll jump into games and see how it works. Alright, it's a bit greedy, especially considering we unfortunately drew one of the Tarrasques. But we ended up with 2 fight readings in hand. I'm gonna hit Mulligan still. It's a little too greedy. Alright, this one I'll keep. Put Kyrie on the bottom. So we lead with Woodland Chasm, since this always has to enter tapped. Play Hall of the Storm Giants, then the Marsh. Depending on what the opponent plays, we'll go for probably Heavy, then go for the fight reading. So, white, green, red. We have some really good cards in hand. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if we'll move fast enough to go against this opponent. They seem to have a really strong hand, because that's all ramp for them. Bring down the Heavy. Just have to hope that they don't have the creature enters the battlefield and exiles something, get rid of Heavy. Or something that just does 4 damage. Another Aspirant. Oh, that's still bad. The attack in with this will take this. Because when this dies, it moves all of its counters anyways. No blocks. Opponent's got some serious... Alright. Go for fight reading. Play binding. Get rid of... Spirant. Pass it back. We go for getting rid of the Spirant because it's already been grown, and if it gets another counter, like distributed during combat, it's going to make it so that they can actually spread their damage out and probably kill us easier than if we get rid of the West Tree. West Tree also is legendary, so they can only ever have one of these in play. So if they have a backup in hand, they can always play it, equip Rabbit Battery. We have to block the Iron Apprentice this turn. We don't really have much of a choice. Wherever they put the counters is what we kill with Binding the Old God. Unfortunately, they do get the 1 point of trample through, so they still get their land for Kadama. Alright, well, we gotta go for the binding. Didn't really have much else for a play there. Angel Fire? Alright, yeah. Angel Fire, so good. Yeah, no, unfortunately, they just had just the perfect curve. They had the 1, 2, 3, and they didn't miss a beat. All right, we'll keep this. This is actually one of those cards that it would have helped us against that last opponent, just because they run so fast. We needed something like this. Can I go against white decks and not have turn 2 Aspirant every game? It is freaking annoying as heck. Alright, rig some fights. Try see if we can rig even more fights after that. Kraken. With Kraken, we put a counter here. This will allow us to get the fight rigging to go off. Sadly, this fight rigging won't be able to trigger. Get binding. I don't like the idea that we're going fight rigging to fight rigging on these. I would like to draw the fight riggings, not get them from their own ability. I went for Binding of the Old Gods because we have to get certain cards off the board here. Yeah. These Hopeful Initiates, unfortunately, are going to be a problem for the combo end of our deck. Alright, bring down the Mammoth. Alright, got the opponent scoop. I think they might have blooded, which is why they scooped. It's either that or the fact that, you know, we're dropping big bodies every turn. Why are you in my opening hand? This is going to be a mulligan. Alright, this one is keep. Put Seagate on bottom. Yeah, I'll put Seagate on bottom. I didn't want to necessarily put Seagate on bottom because it is a land and would make it so we could guarantee the Reservoir Kraken on curve. But thankfully, we still draw to our curve. Getting shakedown heavy on board. We're against a black-red Anvil off Nixos deck. Alright, there's the Kraken. Per the Virus Beetle, I'm going to discard Taxidermist. Oh, there it is, the fight rigging. I'm going Sky Turtle. They're going to go above them. And with the Ward 2 flying 6/5, I think we have a good thing going here. Yep, opponent scoops it up. Ooh, that was nice. So that was a turn 5 win by opponent scooping. This, unfortunately, is a hand that doesn't do anything except for control. I mean, this is a keepable hand, technically. But I'm gonna mull. This one's got a little more oomph to it. We'll keep it, put Tarrasque on the bottom. Lead with the tower. Unfortunately, we're missing the second green source for this battle, but we can foretell it. And now we'll potentially be able to play it for 4 mana. Unfortunately, opponent is in red-blue here. Alright. Bring this down. Attempt Blood Chiefing. Alright, that worked. We'll bring this down. It'll probably get hit by the burn spell, but it's gotta force them to use the cards. No reason just sitting on our mana and not playing this. Alright. Land. Off the top, please. Unfortunately, it's tapped, but I will take it. So, opponent started the day-night cycle with the Suspicious Stowaway. We follow up with a Graveyard Trespasser. So if they want to kill this with a targeted spell, they will have to discard a card. And whenever this enters the battlefield or attacks, we get to exile any card from a graveyard. And if it's a creature we exile, we make our opponent lose life, we gain life. Alright, I'll take this trade. We bring down the Battle Mammoth. So if they target this, we'll end up getting card draw. Or with having 5 toughness, this will require 2 burn spells, more than likely, to get off the board. Alright, they go for Goldspan. Opponent's definitely got the aggressive curve to their deck. Alright, let's see if they got the counterspell. They don't. Get this Goldspan off board. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any fight rigging going on. But we're showing at least, you know, black, blue, green beatdowns working. Not so much of the blue, just really black, green here. Alright, so they get Find Fading Hope. They bounce this, we still get card draw. And they find Burn. Alright. Okay, we get the card draw. Another Storm Giants. Alright, they choose to use the treasure, just that way the Play of Fire doesn't get rotted. Just stay in exile, that is. Grab this. Bring the Battle Mammoth back. Storm Giants down. Suspicious Stowaway is putting in a lot of work with this looting for our opponent. What? Combat, we'll try and attack it. They interact with it, we get a card draw. Yep. So we even get card draw off of abilities, not just spells. Alright, we get the Blood Chief Thirst to get rid of this wolf. We bring out the Swirling Sky. With our Flying Ward 3 creature, Don't think there's a whole lot our opponent is able to do to that. Now let's see. They probably have another Fading Hope in hand because of the stall they had. We're like 1 mana short or something for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're just 1 mana short from doing that. We'll just pass turn. The reason we pass turn is we have them dead on the attack. But we could die on their attack if we don't have blockers. We have a opponent. Okay. Now, Stormseeker actually can't really come in for any damage this turn. Just spin that out of existence. Alright, next turn we'll be able to play the Tarrasque. Well, I think our opponent's going to scoot before that. We're just going to stay on the defense here. Because next turn we have just the overwhelming attack to finish them off. Alright, with that they tapped out, so we don't have to worry about any type of bounce spells. Block, block. Play the Tarrasque. Get a fight before damage is done, and drain. GG, opponent. It's one of those things, you're never sure what you're going to get paired against and how fast and aggressive they are going to be or how slow and controlling they might be. So it's hard to tell what hands you really are okay with keeping, which ones you aren't. Because if we were against a control deck, that hand, it was a little risky still, but it just had less of a punish against it. Alright. Go Ramwood Falls since it always has to enter battlefield tapped. Going for the Trespasser, even though there's nothing to exile in the graveyard yet. Because if the opponent's going to target remove it, they'll have to discard. Ooh, Shakedown him. Shame if something happened to it. Opponent's Graveyard Trespasser. Apologies. Alright. I'm going to see if they're willing to trade. They are not. Alright. Battle man time. So opponent's going to have to lose 2 life, and we have to draw a card for this removal. Where's our fight riggings? For fight rigging deck that just doesn't draw fight rigging. Alright, we're gonna get rid of this. We can afford to discard the land. There's our fight rigging. Oh, here it happens. Here it happens. Tarrasque for the win. Oh, man, yeah. So there we go. Tarrasque from the fight rigging itself. Okay, so we got the combo in this hand. Let's lead with the black-green. Gonna foretell the Battle Mammoth. Now, this will be great, because now we can play this for 4 while it's in exile. There goes fight rigging. Why? Oh, just please take the heavy. Please take the heavy. Take the heavy. Okay, I'm fine with that. Woo. We found the Tarrasque, so we have the combo. We just need to now hit 1 more land. It doesn't matter what color it produces. Just need to hit 1 more land. Fortunately, can't do that. Alright, let's see if the opponent's ready for this. Here comes the 10-10 Haste Ward 10 card. Thank you, opponent. Now, in Black, Red, Blue, I'm trying to think what they can do to actually have an answer for a Tarrasque, and they scoop up, because I don't think they had anything.
Thank you for watching the video. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to join me while I stream, you can find me on Twitch in the link below. I hope to see you again in the next video, and have a nice one.